I've decided I don't just want to be a Hunter x Hunter channel. There's plenty of other series I love, so today we're going to be discussing Dr.stone chapter 143. I hope y'all enjoy. So first off, right off the bat, we're getting some Minami action. If you guys don't remember her, she's the star reporter of the Kingdom of Science. Basically the news person. And she's actually reporting the stuff from last chapter where Senku and the squad decided they've got to go to the moon to defeat the enemy. But to do that, like she said, that's actually going to take a lot of time, a lot of materials, and a lot of action. You can't just go from the Earth to the moon that fast, okay? Especially in the Stone Age. But with Senku, who knows, anything is possible. So shortly after that, she goes on to interview some of the people. She interviews Tsukasa first, and you know Tsukasa, he's all about no guns and stuff, so he already has some stuff to say about that. Jin, he doesn't really say anything interesting, he's just talking about the Statue of Liberty, and if it has held up these last 3,700 plus years. Then next up we have Suka, our cute, humble detective. And she goes on about how she really wants to be useful to the crew. And Minami is really like, I haven't seen you once not been useful. And she's actually right. As far as kids go, she's actually been really useful, even more than some adults. So she should really have some more confidence in herself. Chrome and Kaseki don't really have that much to say. They're just happy that someone is actually using their recorder that they made. And they've both gone a long way because they were born in the Stone Age and they didn't know that much until Senku came around, so it's glad to see they're getting a lot of character development. Next up is Kurosami the Egyptian, at least that's what I like to call her because she's cute. And she basically says that she has orders to help them, so that's what she's gonna do. Acting quite a lot like Kinro. The girl actually says, you're acting a lot like Kinro, could you actually like him? And she just gets like the typical shonen embarrassment, says, I wouldn't know anything about that. What does Kinro have to say about this? Well, the girl asked him how does he feel about her, and he just says she's a strong warrior. Which for Kinro, because I'm guessing he's not the flirty type, is actually a pretty good compliment, and he wants to train with her more. Which he does, to be honest. Like, he's not weak, but he definitely could be a lot stronger. And Matsukaze, the new guy, like the new samurai, I don't know why, but he's really loyal to Genro for some damn reason. And Genro, being the troll he is just going on crying for some reason, trying to get Matsukaze to do whatever he wants. And like any logical person from the modern era, he's really bored on the ship. I mean, think about it. Anybody from our generation or like modern history or whatever you want to call it would get bored on that ship so easily, especially you don't have any electricity, books, anything to keep you occupied. It's a lot easier for the people in the Stone Age because they were practically born that way. So then after that panel, we're illustrated with this beautiful picture of the boat at sea. Shout out to Bochi because he really knows how to make great art and how to really capture a scene. And after that, since Genro is constantly complaining, he asks, how long are we still gonna be here at sea? Honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised to find out that he can get seasick. But in terms of leaders, we're really only used to Senku being the leader, so when two leaders clash like this, it's actually kind of exciting, and it shows what could happen if the whole earth is unstoned. Because eventually that will happen. When they're all unstoned, there's going to be a lot of problems, a lot of criminals, a lot of mischief, a lot of stuff. So Senku and Ryusui are arguing about how long it's going to take to get to where they want to go. And that place is actually San Francisco, which is nice because we're finally moving out of Japan and going to go see the whole other world. We have a whole world ahead of us. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. But while Senku and Ryusui are arguing, you've got to question which one could be more right. Because don't get me wrong, Senku is smart as hell, but Ryusui is a ship captain. He's smart in his own right. So he's the ship captain, so you think he would know a bit more about this than Senku. But they end up fighting and Taiju actually has to come in and stop them because stuff was getting out of control. And it's nice to see Taiju more, to be honest, because like he's the strong person of the group, but he never wants to fight. He doesn't like fighting at all. And he brings pretty good comic relief, so he's always welcomed. But Ryusui basically wants to get there in 70 days because that's the safest way to get there. But Senku wants to get there in 40 days because time is of the essence and they really have to get this stuff going. And they have a little competition to see who is right, like who's gonna get there the fastest. And Senku wins, but I'm not gonna go over all the science behind it. You can just read the chapter yourself if you're interested in that. Cause I'm not gonna act like I get the science at all, so. And Senku is still arguing with him like, bro, we have to do this. We have to get there fast. And it really seems doable that we can do this. See, if they get there in 40 days, they'll arrive right when autumn is about to happen. And then they can make corn on time. which is actually really important because if you remember Senku counting when he was in stone, he was actually counting to make sure that he gets out of the stone at the right time. Because if you wake up naked in the middle of winter, you're not gonna last long, like at all. You're probably gonna die within the first few hours. So Jin, since he always likes to start stuff, he makes it about sides. So he's going to Ryusu's side, and Kohaku is actually gonna go to Senku's side. So Ryusu gives Senku an offer. He says, okay, how about this? We'll take 10 days off of it, and I promise you we'll get there in 60 days. And Senku is like, nope, we have to get there in 40 days. I'm not accepting any other answer. And then this is what I like about Bocchi. We get this awesome panel of them about to go at it. But no, they're not gonna get in a physical altercation. That would be too simple. They're actually gonna play a game of poker to decide who wins. And like, honestly, I've never played poker, so I really don't know how it goes, but why not just do something simple like rock, paper, scissors? And I fucking love Jin. Jin basically gets the cards and says, okay, I'll shuffle them with a weird grin on his face. And Senku is like, oh hell no, this man's gonna cheat. But no worries there, because Kohaku has really sharp eyes, so she's gonna keep an eye on Jin to make sure he doesn't cheat. And then that's basically the end of the chapter. The last panel just shows a picture of Ryusu and Jin versus Senku and Kohaku in a casino, so I can't wait to see the next chapter. It's gonna be exciting. Honestly, these two are really smart in their own right, so this could go either way. And I can honestly see Ryusu winning just because it'd be a nice twist to see him win instead of Senku, you know what I mean? But that's about it. If you guys want to keep in contact with me and see what I'm all about, you can follow me on my Instagram at TrickzKamikaze, my Twitter at TrickzKamikaze, and my Twitch at TrickzKamikaze. Also, leave a like if you really enjoyed this video, and leave a comment about how you felt about this chapter, and we could discuss it in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.